Try one more time. Oh, okay, boom. Now you got me. You got it. I got sound now. Do I got sound? Let's see. Let's check. Oh, now you got sound. What's going on, man? All right, excellent. Yeah, basically what I've been talking about for over 12 minutes without sound because my damn Bluetooth for some reason it won't cooperate with me. I've been doing good. Thank you, main flamingos. I appreciate it. Hope you how you been doing. I have been just looking at all of these crazy distractions that have been going on for a while. Anything you turn on the news, you turn on social media, mad distractions, whether it's politics and political power and immigration, all that crazy stuff that's going on, crime law, the rise of retail theft, fake federal agents and impersonation of crimes, human trafficking, there's all that stuff being talked about. It's not going to make you any money unless you're going to be talking about it constantly on your YouTube channel. It's a distraction. It won't make you any money. But what's politics? Politics is pretty much just how a government talking about how the government is being ran, whether you're on one side or the other. There's different sides. People have different beliefs, and you're either in the Democratic Party, Republican Party, you're in the Independent Party in the middle. But these are the people that decide our laws, that decide where their taxpayer money goes to. Many of them are out of their damn mind. They have no idea what they're doing with our taxpayer money. We've been finding out about a lot of fraud in America. Evidently, this is what people are saying on the news. Both sides of the aisle are talking about it. There's a lot of fraud. We found a lot in Minnesota, found a lot in California, and they're finding more. So there's been the weaponization of the justice system. There's been claims of that. They talked about how politics were being used against people that were running for president in the past. So there's a lot of these, and remember, distractions. These are the distractions. You're not going to make money off of this stuff. Global conflict and geopolitics, the Ukraine-Russian war aftermath, the Israel-Middle East tensions, China-Taiwan conflict, Iran, Iraq, and regional instability. These are being talked about everywhere. They're all over the place. They're on your feeds. They're on the news, on your TVs. They're being talked about everywhere. They're not going to make you money. They are distractions. Distractions. But they grab your attention for some reason, man. Talk about Venezuela, Cuba, NATO, and that's supposedly leaving NATO. Cyber warfare. Now, if you're a tech head, that might grab your attention. That might get get you looking. I'm gonna skip over. Let me down at the bottom is the one that I was talking about right before I realized that my Bluetooth was screwing me out of audio and lots of views and subscribers. Thanks for sticking around, everyone. But aliens, UFO, and disclosure. Supposedly, the United States government bought aliens.gov. So they're going to be released that has to do with aliens. The question is, are you going to believe what they say about aliens, right? Because if they've been lying to us for 70, 75 years about aliens, why all of a sudden they're going to, tell us the truth now? Distraction, right? This has nothing to do, unless you're a business, you're in the business of aliens, you're in the business of creating alien merchandise and selling it. If you're a whistleblower that's going to give your testimony and write a book about it, well, then maybe you're going to be talking about aliens. Otherwise, if you're not talking about aliens, you're not learning and have anything to do with aliens, a distraction. That's all it is, but so there's going to be even to the degree where this is going to be information that could possibly destabilize society. A lot of people have religions that if they found out that aliens were, actually existed, that our governments were been working with them for years, that's probably going to destabilize the economy. People are not going to go to work. People are going to lose faith. There may be terrible, reactions to all this stuff. But we still got to ask ourselves, is this even true? They've been lying to us for 3/4 of a century, and now they're just now going to come out and tell the truth? Maybe just part of the truth and not reveal everything. All right. So be ready for that. There's weather, climate, and climate modification. You notice there's chemtrails. You see contrails, condensation trails when planes fly by, but there's chemtrails for weather modification. It's well documented. A lot of people are really ticked off about it. So you're going to be seeing a lot about that in the news. Distraction. It's not going to help you make money. If you want to be a weatherman, if you want to be a weather reporter, if you want to expose some of the stuff that has to do with this, extreme weather events, if you're going to be talking about climate change and climate denials and that whole division between the two, then, you can spend your time talking about those kind of things. If that's not you, if that's not what your channel is going to be about, then it's a distraction. Don't worry about it. Let it slide, right? Health, food, and human biology. Look, I know you're going to spend some time reading labels. I know I do. I don't eat, organically. If it ain't organic, I don't like it, okay? I don't want genetically modified food. I don't want GMOs and stuff. I don't want gluten and all that crap in my food. It's junk. It's terrible for you. So, you know what I mean? I pay attention to it, but I'm not going to be talking about it because I don't have a channel that talks about, health and food. I know that there's been a lot of stuff being talked about as far as what's being removed from our food. A lot of really popular brands here in America, they're changing their ingredients. I seen a Kellogg commercial today. I'll get right to you, Flamingo. 1 second. I seen a commercial from Kellogg's today. They released four ingredients, just their cereal. We just got four ingredients: honey, bran, maple, and whatever else. Outstanding. Outstanding. We're getting all the preservatives and all the crap out of our food. Maine Flamingo said, I've also been having weather problems. There was literally a tornado in my backyard like 2 or 3 weeks ago. Okay, yeah, you want to stay inside, stay hunkered down, Maine Flamingos. Where are you located? You don't have to tell me your address or nothing, man, but are you here in the States? What part of the country are you in? I'm in Northwest Pennsylvania, about 2 hours north of Pittsburgh, about an hour and a half south of Erie. So y'all know where I'm at. I'm on the western side of Pennsylvania. So it's still pretty cold. We're still getting a little snow flurry here and there, but it's a natural. One may never know. Going back to that whole geoengineering debates, real science versus speculation, cloud seeding discussions. There's tons of stuff being talked about in the news. Even the AI taking jobs, replacing humans. It's gonna happen. Tractors were invented, and guess what? Tractors replaced humans. But you know what happened? We got tractor manufacturers, we got tractor mechanics, we got tractor operators. Tractors replaced lots of humans. Tractors replaced tons of farmers, but they created way more jobs. Do you understand? So AI is going to take a lot of jobs, but guess what? There's going to be AI programmers. There's going to be AI operators, AI salespeople. AI. It's going to make a ton of new jobs. And if anything, and it takes so many jobs that we end up on a universal basic income, then you can get paid to stay at home. Kentucky, Litchfield. Okay, I was in northern Kentucky for many years, up in Boone County. I stayed in Crittenden for a little while. So I know my way around Kentucky. I love Louisville. I spent a year in Louisville. I lived in Louisville. So, shout out to Kentucky from a man, Maine Flamingos, right? Stay safe. It's a commonwealth, if you know what I'm saying. Let's see here. Data and privacy tracking, big tech monopolies. A lot of people are complaining about this stuff in the news. Rich people getting richer. Get out of here. No, I'm sorry. Unfortunately, that's what's going to happen. You know what I mean? People are going to get richer, but what are they going to do? They're going to make more jobs. Why? Because if they employ more people, they can make more money, right? So if they expand departments, if they start up new departments and do that kind of stuff, it's going to create more jobs for you and me. And eventually robots when they get smart enough to take over our jobs, and then we get to sit at home and collect a check, and then we will have the money to go to school if we want. We'll have the money to be able to live pretty much retired at any age if you just don't want to go to, right? There's going to be robots in the AI doing too much of the work already. There's not going to be a way to employ everybody, right? Internet media and perception war, all right? We've already talked about social media and how it's no longer social media, it's entertainment media, right? We've split information age to the silicon age with robots and AI, and the entertainment age or the attention age, right? So you're going to be seeing, that's why everybody's thumb is doing this. I've said it in multiple videos. Tons of people's thumbs are just doing this because this has turned into an entertainment, economy, an attention-driven economy. People are wanting to pretty much hang out on their phones all day. And so what is that? That turned people into full-time creators. I myself am a creator, but my help people find their passion and use social media marketing to be able to get people to interested in their products and services, right? Be solution providers. That's what I'm hoping to help turn people into. So, there's a lot of stuff talking today. I'm talking about all the madness that you're seeing on social media, which we should call entertainment media, and the news. All right. All the society and cultural shifts, the gender identity debates, the family structure breakdown concerns, declining birth rates, masculinity versus femininity conversations, the whole toxic situation. These are all religion versus secularism, collapse of Western values, things that we experience, and you could be a part of it if this is going to make money for you. If you are the person that wants to create a YouTube channel out of society and cultural shifts, you have a lot you could talk about, but make sure that's the thing that your channel is going to be about. Otherwise, it's a, I've said it many times, distraction. Thanks for jumping in. Give me a shout out in the comments. Hit that subscribe button, man. We're talking about distractions. Am I teaching you anything helpful today? No. I'm talking about all the stuff that's distracting you from focusing on you. That's the main lesson. The lesson is helpful. The lesson behind what I'm talking about is helpful because there's energy and environment situations, society and cultural shifts, internet media and perception war. We got aliens, y'all. The government by aliens.gov. You know we're going to be talking about some aliens here in a while. And plus, we have all the conspiracy and fringe type stuff, but widely discussed. The NWO, the New World Order. Man, I wish I had more people on this channel right now. I'd really like to get into it because this is a true story. New World Order and global control systems, right? All right, algorithm, come on, pick up algorithm. I need some people watching this stuff because there's a lot of people talking about it, and I don't know how many people are being distracted by it. If you want to create a channel in the new, conspiracy theories, New World Order, elite societies, elite networks controlling governments, and even simulation theory, time travel, and hidden tech, and of course, aliens, even though evidently we're going to get that disclosed to us, no problem, right? The Antarctica theories, flat earth theories, underground bases, they've had tech for decades, narratives. There's a lot of things out there that will distract you from focusing on you, unless that's your style. If your style is talking about conspiracy and fringe type stuff, conspiracy theories, then go all in. There's lots of stuff to talk about there, and it's a really popular subject now. So if there's two things you learn from this video, that there's a lot of interesting topics. I'm gonna go down the list too. There's a lot of topics that people all around the world are talking about. And if you want to talk about them, you could talk about them, but you have to stay in your lane. Politics and power struggle. Everybody can't talk about politics that will divide their audience up because not everybody's going to have the same beliefs. But if your channel is about politics, that's all you're going to be talking about. Politics and power struggles, people are talking a lot about it online. So that topic is going to get a lot of hits. Crime, law, and social instability. Again, if this ain't the kind of stuff that you're talking about, you don't want to bring it up on your channel. It's going to cause divide. But if you are into talking about crime and law and stuff, now is a good time. It's super viral. Talk about those kind of topics. Global conflict and geopolitics. There's so many wars going on right now. We got Ukraine, Russia, Israel, Middle East. We got China, Taiwan, Iran, Iraq, instability in the region, Venezuela, Cuba, NATO, U.S. versus China economics. Good God, it don't end. You have lots of stuff you could talk about if you want to create a channel and talk about global conflicts and geopolitics. But if you're not into that kind of stuff, don't bring it up because it's going to hurt your algorithm. It's going to divide your audience. Economy, money control. This is talking about all the big bankers, the rich versus the poor. If that's your style, then talk about it all the time because it's a viral topic. But if you're not into that kind of stuff, then don't talk about it because it's just going to divide your audience. I'm going to keep telling you. AI tech and control systems. Now, this is one, like I say, that it gets low return. It's really hard to get your channel built up when you're talking about tech and AI. But the return, once you monetize your channel, when you're an educational channel and you talk about these kind of things, that is going to grow immensely. So it's hard to get up that hill. But once you get on top of that hill and your channel really starts taking off, it is a huge, huge opportunity to be talking about AI technology and those kind of systems, right? AI jobs taking and replacing human jobs. It's going to happen. But like I said a minute ago with the tractor, it ended a lot of jobs, but it created so many more new jobs. That's what technology does. Aliens, UFO, and disclosure. What can I say? If you're into conspiracy theories, aliens, and all those things, even though aliens are going to be science fact here pretty soon, since the government purchased aliens.gov, make sure it's the one thing that you love to talk about more than anything. Otherwise, you may not get too many people that stick and stay with you. It's going to be hard to grow your channel because there's lots of people that believe, there's lots of people that don't. There's lots of people that think it's a religious situation, there's lots of people that think it's a psyop. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to divide your audience and you're only going to get this small group of people that are super duper into it, right? Weather, climate, modification. This gets back into the conspiracy theories. Even though chemtrails are science backed, the government's admitted to spraying, I don't know, sodium something or another, magnesium something or another in the air to modify the weather. This is science fact, and it's already been disclosed. So a lot of people are not happy about that kind of stuff. There's even people that still deny it, even though governments have come out and said that this is something that they're doing. But we have been experiencing more extreme weather than ever before. But again, if this isn't something that you plan on building your channel around, it's not something you want to talk a lot about because some people are going to call you kook. You're talking about conspiracy theory hootenanny. People ain't going to be about it. You know what I mean? They're going to sideswipe you because they're not going to take you seriously. So be careful about that. Health, food, and human biology. Here in America, we know a whole lot has been changing with our food. We have been actually discontinuing lots and lots of different brands. And lots of brands have been changing the ingredients in their products to be more healthy. We got lots of chemicals and preservatives and things like that that used to be on they used to be, in our products and services, but they no longer are because they're unhealthy. And we have a gentleman by the name of Robert Kennedy that's ensuring that these brands change the way they do business because we want what? Healthy Americans, right? We want healthy people all around the world for sure. We definitely want some healthy Americans. That's us. Internet media and perception of war. You can talk about internet stuff, fake news, real truth debates, censorship, and misinformation. Some people are going to be into it. Everybody else isn't. So unless that's your style, shadow banning, algorithms, influencer manipulation, psychological warfare narratives, things like that, the attention economy exploitation, that's what basically we want to do. We want to create content that helps and educates people because then that might get them interested in your products or services as a business, right? We don't want to put out brain rot. We don't want to put out just, pure entertainment. We want some entertainment. Why not be educational and entertaining at the same time? There's no law against it, at least not in the USA. But again, that's another topic that's very, very popular right now. It's very trendy, very be keyword heavy with it because it's going to get you a lot of views, but it's going to hurt your channel if you don't normally talk about it. Society and cultural shift. We talked a lot about that stuff, the collapse of Western values, narratives, right? Religious versus secularism, the gender identity, the family structure breakdown, declining birth rates, masculine versus feminine. There's a whole lot of stuff going on in there. But again, you're either a part of that community or you're not a part of that community. You don't want to hear nothing about it. There's a few people that do, but most don't. So if you don't talk about that stuff, don't bring it up. It's just going to hurt your algorithm. It's going to divide your audience. Energy environment, and we already talked a lot about conspiracy and fringe topics, the New World Order, secret societies, simulation theory, time travel in tech, underground bases, and boy, they just don't end. But what I want you to know is if you want to talk about these kind of topics, they're going viral right now. But that's got to be your brand. That's got to be your channel. That has to be what you talk about all the time. If you don't talk about these type of topics, these are the ones that are most toxic to you. You have to absolutely, by all measures, stay away from these topics because they are going to hurt your algorithm. They're going to divide your audience and less people are going to watch your content. So there you go. I did probably one of the craziest, most insane, dumbest things I could do. I talked about every single thing I could think about that I shouldn't be talking about on my YouTube channel, other than AI and technology. That is my style. That's my swag right there. But with that, I talked your ear off for a half an hour. This was good. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for jumping in. If you jumped in, if I earned your subscription, hey man, I'm gonna hit my knees tonight and thank the good Lord. I appreciate that subscription. Hit the like if you feel like it, and make sure you come back for some more. It's Mr. Therapy, always telling you to stack odds in your favor for success. See you on the next one.